man, like, these episodes just...
Hey, remember when you were like, oh, I hope, I can't remember what it was exactly you said, but it was something about Ken not being in control of his own actions.
Yeah, like, I hope his agency was probably somewhere along the lines of what he said.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I kept saying, like, I really hope that, like, Ken's, like, memory being fuzzy is more of, like, him being, like, single-minded as the Digimon Emperor and not, like, just some outside force, like, just actively making him really smart and really good at sports.
Guess what?
Oh boy. Digimon sure showed me wrong. Boy, I was so wrong to think they were doing something not stupid. Oh my gosh. So, like, I feel like we kind of mentioned before that it's like, oh yeah, Rag's going downhill a little, like, the Rang's kind of falling apart. It's going down pretty quickly. Yeah, this just went completely off the rails, it feels like.
Yeah. Surprise, it's not Ken's fault he was evil. He had the dark seed in
It's
his
the
neck.
evil seed. Oh my gosh. The dub calls it like the evil spore or something, and it's like, I don't care.
Yeah. Something I kept seeing happen was like, oh, it's demon. And for some reason, my mind didn't go Daemon.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why did they just call it a demon? What? And then I realized what was happening, and it's like, oh, Mon, demon. It's stupid.
It's so dumb. So, yeah, like, it feels like, like, I feel like we've kind of said this before, like, for sure, but it feels like, like, around the Blackmore Greymon arc, there's sort of an attempt being made as, like, lackluster as it was.
Yeah.
But like, like, at least around, like, when Arcamon and Mummymon were, like, doing their things, it was like, alright, there's sort of a plan here. This feels like whatever plan they had just got scrapped. Yeah. This feels like we are completely just off the rails. We're just, careening over a cliff. No one knows what anyone's doing anymore. It's like, nah, just get the episodes out. No, just do it, though. And the writers are just struggling to, like, figure, like, anything out that they can to make this work.
Yeah. So Daemon's a mega, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, these episodes basically introduce and are, like, themed around Daemon, otherwise known as Creepymon.
I thought his design looked like, I went to the Digimon wiki and I was like, that's not Daemon.
Yeah. So it's like, I actually kind of knew about this beforehand, but it's like, yeah, Creepymon's one of, like, the 7 great demon lords. Yeah, he's like...
He's kind of lame looking to be a demon lord.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of them are, honestly. Like, there's a few winners, and, like, there's a couple of, like, like, losers there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, well, it's some great deal. Like, Leviamon's probably, like, the weirdest of all. Because he's just like, yeah.
Yeah, but Leviamon's like a monster. Like, I guess, like, his Creepymon is too, but, like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, if he wasn't, like, the weird, like, cloak form, he'd probably look way more intimidating, but, like, that hasn't been invented yet, so it's not a thing.
Oh, that's the thing. I think the cloak thing makes him look better as a Digimon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And, like, the cloak form's alright, but it just feels like, like, way too basic for me, I think.
I enjoy basic.
Yeah.
So, like, more simple design.
I understand that.
I think his dumb Beauty and the Beast monster design is lame.
Man. But yeah, like, this thing is, like, effing, like, Seraphimon's one of like the three big celestial angels that like rule the digital world or whatever. And this thing's from like a fallen Seraphimon.
Okay.
So yeah, Damon's probably like a pretty huge deal, but like not so much in this series, I guess. He just sort of appears and they throw him away, and that's the end of that, it seems.
If this is supposed to be a corrupted Seraphimon, boy did he get the short end of the design stick.
Oh boy, he sure did.
Because Cherubimon got a proper dark form.
Yeah, Dark Seraphimon actually is a weird thing. That actually is a design.
Right, Mercurymon kinda. No,
Yeah.
wait, what am I thinking? Wait, did he? No,
Yeah.
he just steals Seraphimon's power or something. Sorry, I'm trying to remember back to Frontier episodes.
Oh, jeez.
No,
Like,
yeah, but yeah,
yeah.
Leviathan looks pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be based on Leviathan, which is a giant...
Giant hippo. Wait, no, the hippo's Behemoth, isn't it? Yeah, the hippo's Behemoth, and like Leviathan's like a snake monster or something, supposedly. It's like a dragon.
Wait, are we talking Behemoth, like, as like what it's a reference from?
Yeah, like the biblical Behemoth is like basically describing like a big hippo, basically.
Huh.
Yeah, if you like read all that, it's like, oh yeah, like lives in the reeds, like swims around and like has these massive tusks or whatever. And it's like the one thing is like, oh, it has like this weird tail, and people have kind of like attributed that to being like, oh, do they mean it's dick? Because hippos have big weird dicks.
Okay, well, in Digimon, Behemoth is Beelzemon's bike.
Yeah. Man, if Beelzebub was like riding a hippo, then that'd be fairly interesting.
Be way lamer than a cursed motorcycle.
No, do it. Make Behemoth an actual behemoth.
No.
Do it, you cowards.
No, I'm perfectly fine with cursed motorcycle.
See, like, should we actually talk about these episodes?
Yeah, probably.
So, like,
a lot of it is chase scenes.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. So, like, I think Arcanemon Mummy Mob just been, like, going around stealing children and, like, promising them that they'll get, like, really smart and really good at sports.
Jeez, that sounds familiar.
Like, that's basically how the dub describes it, too. It's like, oh, like, they'll become smarter and they'll become really good at sports.
And that's not even that much of a deviation from the original material.
Yeah. I was so hoping that'd just be a dubism, like, holy crap. It's so much worse than I expected. Yeah, so they're stealing children.
Real quick, speaking of dubisms, did they change Skull Satamon's name?
Nope.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that, because it's like, between that and, like, effing Daemon having, like, a big star on his head, it's like, oh, alright.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So here's the thing. There's a computer cable called a SATA cable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, so maybe it's supposed to be Skull Satanmon, like, in name reference, but it could very easily be a reference to SATA cables.
Yeah. Or I guess, like, maybe Satyr's like the goat people, even though he's nothing like that, nah.
No, because it's not spelled like S-A-T-Y, mon. It's
Yeah.
It's SATA, the same way that the SATA cables, the same way you spell SATA cable.
So yeah, like I watched this episode twice. I forget how exactly it goes. But yeah, essentially it's like, oh yeah, like Daemon just shows up and like summons a bunch of demons, and he's like, oh yeah, like go out and cause trouble, I guess. I need that evil seed.
Yeah,
And we
Lady Devimon and Marine, Lady Devimon, Marine Devimon, and Skull Sadamon just go mess crap up.
yeah. And like meanwhile, Kin like tries to go asleep after like, their big battle like flying across the globe. And Kin just has this weird dream where he sees himself like this is like supposed to be a memory, I'm sure. But it's like him and Ryu like defeating Millenniumon.
Ryu.
Is it like Ryuji or something or Rio?
I forget what his brother's name is.
No, this is like Kin and like, the guy
Oh,
from
right.
like, Tamers or yeah.
Yeah, it's very specifically not his brother. Who the heck?
Yeah, isn't it like the guy from Tamers, who is like Cyberdramon?
That would be weird considering Tamers takes place in an alternate universe where Digimon is a card game and TV show.
I mean, does it? Because this is making me reconsider a bit. But yeah, that's definitely Kin and somebody taking out effing Millenniumon.
I looked up Digimon Adventure 02 and it's the exact same screenshot you have as your thing.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that's supposed to be Rio. What the heck?
Maybe it'll make more sense in the sub. Maybe it'll make more sense then.
They don't talk about the kid with Kin at all.
Oh my gosh.
Did you not
I'm
watch
like in the sub of Tamers.
Oh,
Like maybe
maybe.
in the sub of Tamers they're like, there's a different context to things or whatever, where it's like, it's not as much that like Digimon's a work of fiction as much as it's like, something else or whatever. I don't
No,
know.
I'm pretty sure that of the dubisms, that's like the one thing that I'm not messing up, and it's that in the world of Tamers, it's a TV show and a card game. If it might not even be a TV show; it might just be the card game.
Like maybe people like saw the Digimon attacking and they're just like, oh, kids would love this crap, and it just became its own thing. Maybe that's the connection.
No, if it existed in the same universe as Adventure 02, then there's no doubt that they would cross over this cast with the original first two seasons.
Oh man.
Not to mention they wouldn't be able to avoid not getting involved with what happens.
Yeah, I know about the D Reaper stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to have that happen, and for the main cast of the first two series to not show up to help if they exist.
Man, that'd be like one heck of an awesome pull if they did though. Like, like the D Reaper stuff happens and it's look over and like more Greymon shows up.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would have been good.
But yeah, this doesn't make any sense because the setting of Tamers. Why the heck is Rio here? That's crazy.
I'm more confused about Millenniumon, cause like Kid, I guess he defeated him back when like Wormmon was first around, when they first went to the digital world, it seems. But like, isn't Millenniumon supposed to be like a fusion of like Chimeramon, Machinedramon, or something?
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, isn't that like the lore behind Millenniumon? That he's like a fusion of like, these two like, like mangled together, like, like man-made like synthetic Digimon or something like that, like Chimeramon and Machinedramon.
Could be. Although, are you saying that's what that is in the screenshot?
I mean, that's clearly Millenniumon.
Kind of looks like Diaboromon to me.
No, it's straight up Millenniumon. You can see the back cannons, and you see like his face, and he has like like the Kabuterimon skull and stuff.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I thought the cannon was like another Digimon over top of it or something.
No. Like, sometime when Ken was a kid with a rookie, he somehow helped defeat Millenniumon.
I was gonna say, Ken beat what the crap? Where's Rio's Digimon?
Like, did, like, Millenniumon turn into Cyberdramon or some weird crap? I know, that's why I heard. Like, I'm hoping this gets explained at some point. Cause, like, I think Cyberdramon can become Millenniumon or something.
I don't know, maybe.
See, it's sometime when, like, Ken was a kid, like, coming to the digital world for the first time with his rookie, he somehow helped defeat one of the strongest Digimon in existence. Or at least the prior form of its strongest form. Even though Chimeramon wasn't a thing yet. And I guess that, like, inspired him to create Chimeramon. Because he was like, oh, you know what's really strong? Millenniumon.
Okay, just the wiki just mentions Rio having an appearance in 02, but doesn't have any information on it.
Oh my god. Like, I heard, like, from someone in the chat at some point that, like, this was, like, tied to the, like, Wonder Swan games or something.
Yeah, that's where Rio's from.
Okay, so I have no context for those games, but I did kind of hear about this a bit beforehand. I was like, wait, what the crap? And now that I'm here, I'm like, wait, what the crap?
Digimon Adventure 02 Tag Tamers. Rio Akiyama visits Ken Ichijoji in his room where they witness Diaboromon's defeat by Omnimon on the internet.
Okay.
And Vmon appears from the computer with a D3 for Rio.
Wait, what the crap?
So another Diaboromon loses Digital World, Rio's called to defeat it. Can follow it along. Okay, so there's a reason. Oh,
wait,
sorry.
what?
Oh my god, what? Ken follow along may be left behind a primary village of Taichi and Agumon. What?
Wait, what?
Wait, Ken already knew Tai?
Wait a second.
Dimora Highheart Devimon used his base, easily defeated with Devimon was easily defeated with just Vmon strength. Millenniumon showed up soon after to reveal that he was waiting for Rio and that the Diaboromon is simply a lure used to draw Rio back from the digital world. He blew up the mountain and in doing so ripped the digital world in two. From then on, the story's point of view switched between Rio and Ken.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of this game sounds awesome.
Like, keep in mind, like, according to the lore, like, Azulongmon was around during this time. This is the protection that, like, everyone sacrificed their crest for. This is Azulongmon's, like, benevolent protection right here. Digital world gets ripped in half by Epic Millenniumon.
We're gonna look up if these have English translations / if they're emulatable.
Like, the story I heard specifically was that it's like, oh yeah, like, this is the story of how, like, Ken learned to Digivolve Wormmon. But if it's, like, taking place in, like, this time frame, then that doesn't make sense. Because, like, here it comes the Digimon Emperor, and he's like, oh, Wormmon's so useless, why can't you Digivolve?
cool set of
Oh
Final
my
Fantasy.
gosh. Did, like, all Digimon continuity just, like, shit itself right now?
It depends on how much they consider the game's canon.
I know, this seems pretty canon to me, considering it's in the show.
Well, yeah, but Rio is also in Tamers, and I'm pretty sure they made up a backstory for him to tie him into that one.
Oh my gosh.
So in
Alright, so
fact,
maybe it's not the same. Maybe this is not the game Rio.
So in fact, it makes more sense that he's in Zero 2 and less sense that he's in Tamers.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, like, Ken just has a weird dream and he looks at his window and no, this is like before he had the dream, whatever. He looks at his window and he sees something shoot off. And he's like, is that our K-Mon? And meanwhile, like, TK gets home and his mom's like, oh yeah, this weird guy was asking about Odaiba and whatever. And TK's like, wait, was he human? And she's like, I know what you mean.
What a weird question.
She's like, is this like some Digimon thing? Because I know about the Digimon now, apparently. So yeah, like, big thrust of the episode's just sort of like, you know, effing like Oikawa's just sort of like cruising around in his like unmarked effing truck, just gathering up children. Like, meanwhile, you know, the Tamers go out and they fight the like archdemons. And like two of them like slip away, and weirdly enough, I think the dub like cuts out part of their fights. Cause yeah, I don't remember like actually seeing like Marine Devimon, Lady Devimon like actually leave. But yeah, like the main thing is like, oh yeah, Skull Sadamon's just going nuts, and he's like zipping around and like taunting everyone.
Yeah, Skull Sadamon is kicking the crap out of the kids' Digimon.
Like, Skull Sadamon is effing rad this episode. You know, he's like beating everyone the crap up. He's like zipping around. He's like, you know, using his like speed advantage. Like, effing Davison like can form Imperial Dramon. And he just like shoots him with some weird beam that just like freezes him.
He hits him with Nail Bone, which is a signature move. And there's a bit of text that's like, oh, he destroyed their data, which can't be a correct translation because I think that means they'd be dead.
Yeah, I know it might be. Like, the dub said something like, you know, along the lines of, like, you know, oh, he, like, freezed his, like, data from acting or whatever so he can't move or something like that. And they're just like,
Yeah.
wait, you can do that?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense.
So yeah, there's like, oh no, like, Skull Samon's so powerful, how do we, like, defeat him without Imperial Dramon? Everyone starts digivolving it. It's like, oh no, like, Agumon needs to go back to the digital world or, like, he's going to die.
Yeah. So the answer is you Dragon Ball Z it, and the others give up their powers to Imperial Dramon.
So, I don't remember a point, like, ever during anything in, like, any moment, just ever, throughout either of these series, where, like, anyone ever does this before. So it's like, oh, I guess you can just give people your energy now.
Yep. Even if you don't have any left.
Even if you have no energy left, you could just give them your energy, which is super convenient. Cause, like, this also means that Gatomon doesn't have enough power to go ultimate on her own again. Because we have to have, like, Sylphimon do stuff. So yeah, they all just, like, they give Imperial Dramon their energy, which somehow makes it change forms and become fighter mode. And they just leave, and I'm just like, oh, fuck this. This is stupid. Like, as much as I love fighter mode, this is a really dumb way to get that form.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, like, it's to the point where it's like Skull Samon's just like holding up like a bus full of children. And like, Imperial Dramon's like, alright, I'll just like take care of this problem. Just completely unprompted, just like blast the crap out of him.
Just positron laser and just annihilate Skull.
Yeah.
By the way, it's worth mentioning that earlier in the episode, Ty and Kari are talking.
Hello?
Kids have to learn. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, you cut out for a second.
Okay. It's worth noting that Ty and Kari are talking in their room, and they're like, these kids are gonna have to learn to ice bad Digimon if they're a problem. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't understand why this plot point's still a thing, cause, like, we already learned this lesson with, like, Blackmore Greymon.
Yeah. Well, so I think it's I think it's weird because the original kids didn't have issue with taking down problematic Digimon.
Oh no, not at all. Like, they like took out Devimon, no question.
Yeah, so why is the new generation of tamers
Yeah.
why are they such wusses?
Like, of course, it's like the original kids were like, they didn't like kill everything inside or whatever because of course.
They only destroyed a Digimon that were trying to kill them, and rightfully so.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, because it's like, pretty much every one of the new Digidestined is gonna go through this, right? Like, they all have their moment, all three of them. And, like, every single time it's against, like, the most evil effing, like, demon man imaginable, who's literally like, oh no, I love evil, and I'm going to murder this kid if you don't stop me. And every single time they're like, oh, such a tragedy.
I'm gonna kill this bus full of kids.
Like, how is he gonna, like, destroy it? Was he, like, just gonna drop them and, like, make them choose or something?
I mean, he could have dropped them and then, like, fired an attack at the bus or something.
I know, it's just weirdly presented, because he's not even, like, using it as, like, a shield or something, unlike some people. Who we also feel bad for killing now, despite being actual demons. Oh, man. Like, this plotline, like, just this entire arc of, like, oh, the Digidestined are gonna have to, like, take a Digimon life. It's like, I remember back with Mel Greymon, it was stupid then. And it never really got better. It's like, at least with Metal Greymon, it's like, okay, well, we don't want to, like, hurt Ty's Digimon.
Yeah, Metal Greymon is a friend.
Yeah, but it's like, no, but if you don't hold back in trying to take that effing spiral out, he's gonna destroy all of you. This is, like, a known fact. No, you don't understand, guys. Ken can't be reasoned with because he's possessed by the evil.
So yeah, have you seen the meme where it's like a really gigantic book and it's like series if or like it so like in this case it would be a really large book with a ton of pages, and it would be labeled Digimon Adventure 02. And then the second image is a very small book with very few pages, and it's labeled Digimon Adventure 02 if the kids would kill the bad guys.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty true right now. Because, like, we could have taken out, like, Arcanemon Mummymon back in the big house, the Giga House.
Yeah. Apparently Arachnemon's useless in human form.
Oh
because
my gosh.
She gets beaten by Wormmon doing a basic headbutt attack.
No, like, he shoots out Sticky Net, and she's like, get this off of me.
Yeah, Vmon does the headbutt, and then Wormmon shoots the Sticky Net, and Arachnemon's like, ah!
Just sticky fluid, my one weakness.
All your powers for nothing.
This is an ultimate level Digimon. Like, can you imagine, like, if we killed our Kaimon and it was like, okay, can't, like, she can't, like, do this anymore. She can't create Blackmore Greymon. Like, we're just gonna, like, just stumble around destroying Black Towers until, like, a Zulongmon is free again. Like, can you imagine how much easier of a time we would have had dealing with Mr. Okawa if he didn't have a getaway driver?
Yep.
Like, he'd have to make one of the kids do it.
I mean, he could just drive.
It's just like, he gets the evil seed in, like, one of the kids. He's like, now you're really smart and good sports. And he, like, hits the, like, pedal and immediately crashes the truck. He's like, oh no, I forgot. It doesn't make you good at driving. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't remember the series of events aside from Imperial Dramon gets fighter mode.
So he kills Skull Sadamon. And, like, Mr. Oikawa, or whatever his name is, just shows up in the effing unmarked truck. And he's just...
yeah.
Yeah.
Damon shows up.
Yeah. Like, basically at the same time, just by sheer coincidence. And he's like, oh, kid, I've got something to show you. And he just opens up the truck, and there's just, like... Wait, no, it's like he does it from the truck. Our Kaimon opens up the truck. That's important.
Yeah.
Our Kaimon just opens up the truck. There's just a bunch of, like, kids, and they're just smiling super evilly. And kid's like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, like, come on. He's like, give yourself up and you'll find out. And kid's like, okay, then I will.
And they find out that Daemon and Ogawa and... Sorry.
Hello?
We find out that Daemon, Oikawa, and Mummymon and Erectimon are not working together.
Yeah. Because, like, Daemon just shows up as, like, he's just show up this episode. Like, he has no introduction. This is, like, him appearing for the first time, basically.
Yeah, and he's just like, give me the child, and they're like, no.
You remember when, like, the Dark Masters showed up and they all had, like, this really fun introduction thing where it's like, oh yeah, they're all, like, doing their own, like, specific thing, and, like, Puppetmon's, like, making, like, effing Izzy type in his search info and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, effing Piedmon's going on about how much more experienced he is as he's, like, throwing the swords around and, like, Pixiemon dies.
Piedmon's completely wrecking them.
Yeah. Adventure did, like, 4 amazing introductions in one episode, and this series can't even do one right.
Hi, I'm Daemon.
Yeah, I'm like here to ask you about that evil seed you've got on your neck. I'd like to, like, take a census on that. If you just step into my office, we'll, like, get the procedure underway. Don't worry, like, it's all signed off on. Man. Like, at least in the sub, Daemon kind of has a unique theme at first, and then it never plays again.
Nah, good.
Oh my gosh.
Also, we never get an answer. Well, as far as I know, we never get... Oh my god. We never get an answer for what Daemon planned to do with Ken.
I think he just wanted the evil seed, but, like, I don't know what, like, you can do with... Maybe, like, Daemon just wanted to be really smart and good at sports, too. Maybe that's where this ends.
Yeah, that's it.
Daemon just, like... He was like, no, Ken, give me the evil seed. I've got to become good at basketball to dunk on Ophanimon. It's like, no, we need to have the best team ever, and I'm not gonna let you stand in my way. Man, like, what's like a sport that needs like 7 members? Or I guess like 6 or 7.
Heck if I know.
And he's like, yo, we're 2 demons away from forming a soccer team, kid. I need your power. So, like, kid just gets in the effing unmarked truck, and Damon's like, alright, I'll see where this goes. And he just disappears as the truck drives off. End of episode. Like, no one really tries to stop the truck, yo. I don't know if they even could, but maybe they probably could if they did something. Like, they just go inside the truck, and it's like, alright, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, imagine if they shot a tire.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, the really crazy thing is that it's like the dub cav leaves it at that, whereas like the sub cav gives us an explanation. Because next episode we see Ken in the truck, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? You said you'd let these kids go, and Arcanemon's like, no, I didn't.
Yeah, it's in the sub too.
No, that's why I'm talking about the sub.
Oh, sorry. I thought you. Never mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The dub just doesn't give us anything. In the dub, Ken's just an idiot. Well, I guess it's true either way, but at least in the sub, he thought there was like, you know, like a thing there.
Yeah, because Arachnimon at no point said, "Oh, I'll let the kids go if you come with me."
Yeah, she never said that, like, ever. And she's like, what are you talking about? No, of course we're not letting these kids go. They're part of our plan. It's like, it's not even like, oh, the villains lied. It's like, oh, the hero is just incompetent.
Yeah. So Ken's in the truck with all the kids and Arachnimon, and all of a sudden he hears a voice, and it's big, tall, scary dude, and he was just like laying down behind the kids, I guess, because there's no other way he could have been hiding behind them.
Yeah, he just stands up and like appears from like behind a crowd of children who are all like, what, like 3 feet tall or some crap. Like,
Yeah, this guy's way too tall to have been like crouching down behind them. So he had to have been lying down on the ground, like face down.
oh man.
And he waited until the perfect moment to like rise up like a weirdo.
This reminds me of like a really dumb moment from Black Clover where it's like, oh yeah, chapter 1. It's like, oh, like the big bad, like the whole plot is like, oh yeah, like Asta gets his like super special magic book. And like, yo, this is no like scar-faced adult, like, yo, super rough looking, like grown criminal is like just hiding out in like a group of like 12-year-olds to like just see if anyone gets any special books so he can like know to steal them later. And it's like, you know, he just shows up out of nowhere. He's like, oh yeah, it's like in the group of the children. And it's like, wait, where though? Where were you hiding? Like, you're a wanted felon and there are like guards everywhere. Like, were you just like on the ground in the middle of like the kids doing the exam? What the crap?
It was magic. He shapeshifted.
Yeah, that's not like his type of magic though. He is chain magic. His power is chains.
I don't know though.
His power is super plot convenient chains that like steal your mana and also tell you how shit you are.
Amazing.
It literally only works like that, so it can be like, oh, you have no magic, Asta, you suck. And Asta's like, grrr. So yeah, Mr. Oikawa just stands up and reveals himself. He's just like, hey kid, I know you have like an evil seed in you because of reasons, I guess.
Because I put it there.
Wait, but I did. It was like from Millennium on. Did he? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you just see it like stab into him.
Yeah, all we see is it flying off screen. We don't see where it comes from, but I'm going to assume it was Oikawa.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's Millenniumon, because, like, when they beat him, you can see there's, like, in the image, there's, like, all these, like, weird particles in the air. Yeah, all of those are evil seeds.
Mm.
Like, you get, like, a closer shot, and it's like, oh, yeah, this isn't, like, a sandstorm. These are just evil seeds flying everywhere. So it's like, if Rio wasn't fast enough, then he could have been really smart and good at sports too. Yeah, so like Oka was just like, oh yeah, like kid, I knew your dad and I was like at your brother's funeral, remember? And
He says he was his coworker.
yeah. He's like, oh, and like I sent you that weird letter way back. You remember that? And like Ken's like, but like Arcaemon said that I was just picked at random. And he's like, well, fuck that, screw continuity. We're doing this now.
I don't think he ever.
Yeah, Ken never questions this.
I don't think he ever said that he wasn't picked at random.
I don't know, like, I assume he was chosen because, like, he knew him at the funeral. Like, he knew his dad.
Yeah. So he's like, oh yeah, I saw something in you or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I guess we'll just have to see. It'll probably never be explained. We still don't know why destroying the Holy Stone made, like, effing Black War Greymon go berserk.
Yeah.
And that was, like, a pivotal moment of, like, that arc. It's still just unexplained.
So yeah, Okawa's like, oh, you don't remember me. And he gives him a creepy look, and then Ken remembers his brother's funeral, and Oikawa's just standing there with a creepy smile. Like, he's like the most evil-looking man alive.
He's such a Gundam antagonist. He's making so many Dragon Ball Z faces. He's just like, it's just I promised these kids that, like, I'd harvest your evil seed and then they would also become really smart and good at sports. You see, kid, that's what this is about. It's about basketball.
So Oikawa whips out a barcode scanner.
So I want to point out, these kids do not have the evil seed in them yet. So unless they're actively being brainwashed, then, like, these evil, creepy smiles mean nothing.
I think they're just crappy little kids.
They're just smiling super evilly for no reason at all. Holy crap. Yeah, so they, like...
I think we're skipping, like, an entire episode.
No, this is episode 2.
Yeah, because episode 3 is where all the fighting happens.
Yeah. So it's like, meanwhile, effing, like, the other kids are just doing their thing. There's like, oh, we have to stop the other, like, demons from rampaging around as, like, effing Davis tries to chase down the truck. And it's like, okay, yeah, like, Sylphimon, go on, like, like, fight Lady Devimon, because we have to have our literal cat fight now.
Well, first Angelmon tries to take her.
Yeah, well, that was last episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then she lost the Angelmon power, so now she's like, alright, well, I have to go Sylphimon now. Hey, Yoli, are you up to, like, killing a Digimon? And Yoli's like, well, I know that she's a literal devil, but I don't know, I guess so.
We'll fight, see what happens.
Yeah. And, like, they keep going there. It's like, oh no, like, Marine Devimon is just, like, effing huge and he's, like, rampaging through the town. Like, we have to stop him. And, like, Cody and TK are like, alright, we had to form, like, effing Shikuyamon and just make him a kaiju. Done. Because, like, Marine Devimon's just randomly giant, so it's like, alright, we need to make Shikuyamon giant to fight this thing.
He tries his stone discs now again, but now they have saw blades in them.
Didn't they always have, like, the blades?
I don't know if they did. I didn't notice. Point being, they still don't do anything.
Yeah, they're very effective disc weapons.
All they do is get Marine Devimon's attention.
Man. Why is, like, Marine Devimon an ultimate if, like, Marine Angemon is a mega?
I don't know.
Alright, so it's like... I should prod something. It's like Sylphimon just goes and, like, starts fighting effing Lady Devimon. And, like, that fight apparently lasts long enough for, like, the sun to set. Because, like, it's daytime when they start, and it's nighttime by the time everyone finishes.
Yeah, Sylphimon and Lady Devimon fight for a while.
Yeah, like, meanwhile, like, Davis is trying to, like, catch up to the van, and, like, it runs across the railway tracks, and, then the train comes.
Yeah, and then another train, and then another train.
Yeah, that's actually, like, a fun gag, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they conveniently find the truck again. They're just like, alright, I'm just gonna, like, go and chase him on foot with, like, Rytramon. So yeah, Davis gets there after, like, Oikawa just sort of finishes scanning Kin's, like, neck for, like, the data. And he just puts in, like, all the children. And he's like, yes, now they all have the evil seed in them. And now they'll all be really smart and good at sports. And Kin's like, no, but think of the grading curve. Think of the grading curve. So, like, effing Rydron just shows up and just, like, saves Kin. He makes the truck stop somehow. I forget how or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Daemon shows up again.
Right, yeah. Daemon stops the truck and, like, Rydramon jumps on top of it. And then, like, they get Kin out. And, like, yeah, because he's, like, gonna give Kin over to Daemon. And he's like, alright, well, I've already got, the evil seed that's, like, sprouted. I've got the info, so Kin doesn't mean anything to me now. You just have your evil seed or whatever, it's fine. Just give it to everyone. Like,
this one Vmon headbutts the crap out of Arachnimon.
Like, there's just, like, a slight moment where it's like Daemon's just sitting there, like, oh, so you're going to oppose the powers of darkness? And he's like, nah, like, here, have the kid. I don't care anymore.
I got what I wanted.
Yeah, I've got the info. Like, this is all you now. Man, like, does Mr. Oikawa even know what Daemon's plan is?
Probably not.
So for all he knows, Daemon could be, like, completely opposed to what he's trying to do. Like, I don't know, maybe his plan's more so in the real world and he knows Daemon's gonna go back to the digital world, but still, Like, for all he knows, Daemon could just be like, alright, now to enact my plan, to kill all humans. He just gives him Kin, and Daemon just immediately just blows up the truck. Oh, man. So, yeah, like, effing, like, Sylphimon's just fighting Lady Devimon, and Lady Devimon just takes a random hostage. And,
yeah, Sylphimon comes crashing down out of the sky into the ground and creates, like, a crater. And this idiot walks up and he's like, oh, dude, he's cosplaying.
Yeah!
And it's like, you moron.
Keep in mind, this is a world where only some people know that Digimon exist, but not everyone. It's not common knowledge, but it's common enough, I guess.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you saw somebody fall out of the sky that looked like a monster person, and like they created a crater in the ground,
I'd probably be more surprised than anything else because I'm like, oh, that's not a meteorite. What the crap happened?
exactly, your first thought wouldn't be, oh, a cosplayer. It's like the dude impacted the ground and made a crater. What is wrong with you?
Did this cosplayer get like thrown out of orbit like Superman and crash into the earth? Man. Like,
So yeah, Lady Devimon takes a hostage.
can you imagine, like, if there's an epic, like, superhero who's just like, oh yeah, I just cosplay? Like, an epic, like, proper, like, Marvel, like, like, Superman-style hero who's just like, oh yeah, I just want to dress up like a monster person for no reason.
It probably exists.
Yeah, it probably exists somewhere. But yeah, so Lady Devimon takes a hostage, and like Yoli, if I remember right, like saves them by just decking Lady Devimon like the thigh with a skateboard.
Yeah. So, props to Yoli for being one of the few tamers to actually attack a Digimon, and not only attack a Digimon, but have the Digimon in question be ultimate level.
Yeah.
Yoli's got guts.
Jeez. But yeah, Yoli attacks him, like, she's like, hey, don't you have any shame or whatever? It's like, Lady Devimon's just like, yeah, I don't care, like, I'm a super evil bastard. I lie, cheat, and steal all the time. I love this crap. I don't care if I kill children or women.
Yeah, Lady Devimon is just like, I'm a cruel and heartless creature.
Just straight up, like, I am evil. I don't care. I'll do what I need to win.
Yeah, and now you're going to die.
Yeah.
And this is why you don't attack ultimate level Digimon.
To be fair, they caught her monologuing. And then Sylphimon goes in for the kill.
Yeah, Lady Devimon lunges at Yoli and is about to make contact with her. And all of a sudden she freezes and then disintegrates, and you see Sylphimon behind her in his Top Gun attack stance.
Man, would it just be great if, like, they yelled Top Gun 2?
No.
It's like, you, like, just see, like, Lady Devimon just freeze it. It's like, static force! Yeah, it's like the big dramatic moment still.
So yeah, Yoli is like, oh man, Sylphimon actually killed her. And Sylphimon's just like, I had to.
She was literally made of pure evil. She was going to murder children.
She was going to murder you.
Oh my gosh. Like, this is one of those things where it's like, I understand, like, going for a special in, like, a show in the 90s, because it's, like, a more interesting, like, unique topic or whatever. But it's like, I feel like ideally you'd be learning this lesson in your show, like, way earlier on, unless it's, like, the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, like, Trigun did, like, amazing sort of, like, take on this, where it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna, like, not kill, and that's, like, the challenge for, like, the entire series, and it's like, the entire thing is like, okay, what, like, creative ways do we have to work around this problem? This is like, oh hey, we're just gonna keep shoving them into the laptop and hope for the best. And they just never confront it until now when it really matters.
Yep. And of course the older kids are like, no, you did the right thing.
Yeah, because they did. Like, there are situations where it's like, oh yeah, this Digimon is going to murder, like, a tower full of people. We need to stop Skull Marimon before he causes any damage.
Hey, Marine Devimon is attacking a hospital.
Maybe we should save those kids at the hospital from Marine Devimon. Like, Cody and effing Joe's brother literally, like, running at... Yeah, it's Joe's brother, yeah. They're literally, like, running through the hospital, like, saving people in wheelchairs. And, like, Marine Devimon's tentacle just crashes through the window, and Jakuyamon's like, okay, yeah, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, he's got him grappled, and he's just like, alright, eye lasers, and he dies.
Yeah. Man. Like, the O2 Digidestined have had the most, like, gradual, like, just adjustment to this ever. Because it's like, alright, we took out the rings and spirals, and we killed Dark Tower Digimon, and now we're going for, like, the real deal. But it's like, it's hitting them so much harder than, like, anyone in the original cast. Like, can you imagine if Yoli had to go through that situation, where it's like, oh yeah, no, like, Piximon and Waymon both died to save us.
Yeah, but I don't want to hurt the bad Digimon.
I don't know, maybe we can, like, just send Piedmon back to the digital world. Oh wait, we're in the digital world. Maybe.
Speaking of the idea of just sending the bad guy away to the digital world, Daemon is like, oh, by the way, I can just make portals.
Yeah.
I can just travel to and from the digital world as I see fit.
So I think he says something along the lines of, I'm not sure if I'm confusing the sub and dub, but I think he says something along the lines of, like, how do you think I got here in the first place?
Yeah, maybe he said that. I believe it.
Yeah, I feel like that's, like, specifically in the dub, but it's like, the same idea,
Yeah. They're like, alright, we gotta open the gate and send him back to the digital world. And Daemon hears this, and he's like, oh, I got you, let me help you with that. And he opens a gate to the digital world above his head.
So, like... Alright, so is there anything, like, this episode we want to go on to before we move on?
Not really.
Alright, so yeah, episode 45, I think? Yeah, 45.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of trying to rush it because I'm so tired.
So, like, Imperial Dramon just appears to fight Daemon. Like, they fuse their Digimon, like, instantly. Well, it's like, first they go through, like, Pyhildramon, it's, like, not useful, because of course.
Yeah, they just keep leveling up through the fight.
Yeah. So, like, Daemon's way too powerful for them. This character who has, like, no personality and who's just, like, appeared, like, 2 episodes ago. Like, with the worst introduction. Oh my gosh, I hate these episodes.
So Daemon's just wrecking them.
Yeah. Because, like, he's one of the 7 deadly sin Digimon, so, like, of course. Like, Daemon is stronger than effing Piedmon. He's, like, up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's, like, wrecking them, and it's like, oh yeah, special attack is he summons, like, the flames of hell to, like, attack people.
Yeah, which is specifically what his little, information thing says.
Yeah. So it's like, he's, like, fine, and, like, I forget if it's here or where, but there's some point where I get a weird scene where, like, we get a fusion into Imperial Dramon is, like, like, the big threats happening.
Yeah.
So it's like, as Imperial Dramon's just showing up in, like, the sub and do his big animation, like, it's playing, like, very menacing music as he, like, destroys the castle. So yeah, Imperial Dramon just, like, he goes fighter mode to fight off Daemon, and it's like not good enough, so he like shoots a big force field down, like stops the fire, and he's like pushing it back. And I'm like, oh yeah, like close it around him, do a big like full-on Mob Psycho with it. Just like close the barrier around the enemy so they get toasted by their own attacks.
Yeah.
Then I don't quite got far. I just sort of like stops it, and like he's like, "Oh, I can't hold them off for long," and we get the entire rest of the episode, which is one big discussion, like punctuated by, "Okay, let's throw him into the dark ocean."
Yeah, a lot of it is like, oh, the kid's like giving up, and it's like, oh, we can't beat him, he'll just come back.
Meanwhile, like Imperial Draw is just off to the side, like just straining super hard, just like, "Hey guys, can you like work this out a bit faster?"
Yeah. Like, we'll just throw him into the dark ocean, he can't come back from there, maybe it'll stop him for a long time.
Yeah, which is, I guess it's like the best option they have if they can't actually defeat him.
It doesn't make a lot of sense, honestly.
Yeah, it really doesn't, because people are coming back from the Dark Ocean, like, all the time. Like, you could just walk in a random direction and, like, slip out of that place.
Remember when Blossomon just walked into it?
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, there's the exit," and they just left, and it was, like, within a day.
Yeah. But whatever.
Like, you'd think, like, yeah, like, they throw him in, and he just looks behind him and, like, takes a few steps forward, like he'd slip back out, because that's where the entrance is. Like, this is not a, like, foolproof solution by any means. Yeah, Dagomon's just laughing, and he's like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "You're just gonna throw me into the dark ocean? You know, you're gonna throw me into Dagomon's sea? You know, how very interesting of you." And they all just shoot him, and he goes in there. It feels like I'm skipping a lot, but I'm really not.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the episode. It's like, "Oh, this Digimon's too strong to kill. Well, what if we just throw him into this place and they just do the thing?"
Yeah, Ken's like, I can open a portal in a dark ocean, but it's like terrifying and he hates it.
Yeah, and they're like, they're all grabbing him and they're just like, "No, but if we hold you, you'll hate it less, right?" And he's like, "I know that, but keep doing it."
It's the power of friendship.
It's the power of evil. Man, it sure is a good thing that Ken got that dark seed in him, so he could be, like, so smart to, like, think of using his dark, evil, like, darkness powers to, like, throw someone in the dark dimension.
Yeah. So they start to shove him in there, and Daemon looks behind him, and he's like, "Oh, Dagomon's Ocean."
So Dagomon's an ultimate, correct? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he is.
Let me look it up, but he probably.
If that's the case, I'm pretty sure Dagomon might just get, like, killed off and he'll just come back.
Yeah, he's an ultimate.
Yeah, so much for us being, like, a big, like, effing plot thing later on that's like, you know, oh, Dagomon's, like, watching you or whatever the crap it was. Like, Dagomon didn't do crap. Dagomon's so irrelevant right now.
Yeah.
He's so useless.
Whatever. Dark Ocean.
Oh my gosh.
Shove him in there.
What a crappy, like, way to just, like,
Well, we've still got, like, 5 episodes left.
If Dagomon comes back, I'm gonna be amazed. I have a feeling that, like, Daemon's not going to come back before the end of it. I think this is just it for him.
I don't remember.
Like, I feel like, we're gonna, like, have 5 episodes or more. It's gonna be like, oh, it's building up whatever Oikawa's plan is, and, like, whatever his big thing is about. And, like, we're never gonna hear of Daemon ever again. I think he's just done until like Series 5 with like Data Squad.
Maybe.
If Daemon came back and Try or something, that'd be pretty nuts. That would make a lot of sense. But yeah, so there's like, they like send him away and they like all go home, and Kin's parents are like worried sick about him because they're like, oh, why is he out so late and why hasn't he called us back?
Right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and Kin has to like specifically be like, okay, I need to tell you about this Digimon crap. Hey, come to my room. I just show you this giant bug monster.
This is Wormmon, he's great.
Yeah, he's like the best guy ever. He's the high point of the series. They're just like, alright.
Yeah, we don't really get a reaction from them. They just kind of stand there and look at Wormmon.
Yeah. Does anything happen after, like, like all the kids sort of get back home? I think that's it.
There's
like,
some goofy scene with June or something. I don't know.
Right,
matter.
yeah. June's like, oh, Matt loves Sora.
Yeah.
It's just
man,
like, thanks, I hate it.
Joe's older brother is so great. I'm into older guys now.
Man, June, you really are just the worst.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's like, is there even any point to this character at this point?
No.
So far, she's served like zero purpose at all, and she's just been getting like a weirdly big amount of focus for like how weirdly like small she is. Like, if all this ties down to is just, oh, Davis has a sister, then like that's gonna be really dumb.
I mean, that's all it is. She only shows up like 4 to 5 times throughout the entire series. It's
like
not that deal.
Like, the entire thing of like, oh yeah, like I wanna like get with Matt just means nothing. None of it means anything. She's just there to like annoy Davis and turn off his game console. Just make him like reset all his effing like, all his freaking like Dragon Quest grinding. Oh my gosh. But yeah, there's a bit where it's like, they're just sitting around there. It's like, oh yeah, the children came back, but they all have the dark seeds in them, and oh man, it's not gonna be long before their parents realize that they're all really smart and really good at sports now. Like, what are we gonna do about that?
Oh no.
Like, I get that the implication here is sort of like, oh, we could be dealing with, like, a whole army of Dark Emperors, but it's like, it's not really, like, like, phrased in that light too well.
Yeah, they don't even have Digimon partners.
Yeah. Like, they don't even have Digivices. It's just all like, oh, but, like, what if these kids also become really smart and good at sports? Won't that just be terrible? Like, I know it's like an evil seed, so it probably is some other effects, but we aren't told any of these at all. So it's just like, but what if little Jimmy becomes real good at basketball? Won't that just like, oh, we have to set this right and steal his basketball talent away via effing Space Jam? We have to Space Jam these kids' talents back away so they suck again and all their parents hate them because they're like underperforming now. And like, oh my god, it's just like, man, like, those seeds are gonna form a mighty flower and I'm gonna like reap my harvest or whatever. And it's like, sure, man, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
These episodes were terrible, holy crap. Like, I get where they're going with this. I hate this, like, effing arc. I hate this conflict. I hate just, like, these goofy children, like, plot, whatever. I hate the Dark Seed. I hate how Imperial Drawn gets his fighter mode. I think not even Daemon's that cool. Like, Daemon kinda sucked. And, like, sure, like, the sub's a massive improvement over the dub, because, like, just on the basis of, like, musical choices and stuff. But it's, like, it's still just... Like, any thoughts, I guess?
No, not really.
Man. Like, any thoughts on, like, whether these episodes were good or not?
Eh.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So I guess I'll see everyone later.
Alright. Later.
Later.